Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to this little corner of the internet where I vent and talk about things that I can't find anybody else to talk about with. If you are a returning viewer, I appreciate you for coming back and staying. And if you're a new viewer, hi, my name is Emma. I'm 25. I live in Sweden. And on this channel, I talk about things that I can't find anybody else to talk about with. Because talking about it helps me improve and become a better person. Which is something that I am trying to do, as I have greatly struggled with being myself. And ever since I was young, I've struggled to find a coping mechanism for being alive. And as I grew older, I realized I need to talk about the things that are difficult for me. But I never had anybody to talk about it with. So I made this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you a story of a boy that I met on a Discord server, of all the places. I'm quite often on TikTok. Not TikTok, what am I talking about? I'm quite often on Discord. But I am also on TikTok. Yeah, so I'm quite often on TikTok. I keep saying TikTok. I am so sorry. I am quite often on Discord. There. And when I am on Discord, I like to go to public servers and go to voice chat or VC or whatever you call them. And I like to meet strangers and I like to talk with them, which I have found is excellent social practice, for lack of a better word, because I never leave my home due to having all these issues, but I still get to practice my social skills by going on Discord and talking with strangers all over the world. And I have found that it really helps me. And then, of course, you are always gonna find some weird people, but I mean, it's Discord. You can't really expect a 5-star service or whatever you can call it. But one day, I was in one of these calls and I met a boy. And he seemed like he had a decent head on his shoulders. And so I added him. I didn't expect anything out of the ordinary, because I never do. It's just Discord. And so we started talking. And you know me, I'm just looking for someone that I can get into deep discussions with about everything and anything. Not necessarily emotional discussions, but rational ones, where I can stay calm but still speak about what it is that I need to speak about. And I was hoping that this boy could be someone that I could talk to in this way. Because he seemed like a good guy, and he was smart, and I got a good impression of him. And so when we started talking, it became pretty clear quite quickly that he was interested in more than just deep discussions. He describes himself as very sexual, and that I certainly got, which I am not very sexual. Maybe as a joke, and maybe when I have known you for a while and I'm comfortable around you, but not immediately when I meet someone new, which it seems like this guy was. I told him who I am, and that I'm a model, and what I do, and so on and so forth. And immediately he just started bringing up how if I was there, he would be blowing up my back, and he would be kissing me on the forehead and the neck and the whatever else. And I'll be honest, I was uncomfortable. But I didn't have the courage to tell him, because I didn't want him to be disappointed. And I didn't want him to feel like he couldn't be himself. So I never said anything. At least I don't think I did. And we had quite a few conversations on Discord. And on the third one, I decided that it was time to open up a bit. And so I did. By saying that I said something along the lines of, talking with you is very lovely, but there's nothing for me to tell you because there's nothing about me going on, because I don't do anything, nothing ever happens for me, my life is incredibly boring. And I wish there is something interesting about me that I could talk about, but there isn't anything. So I'm sorry that I am boring, or that I'm bringing this up, or something like that. And he told me, I don't know what you want me to say. Which is a familiar response whenever I open up. I didn't expect him to say anything. I just was trying to tell him about myself and what I'm like. And it seemed like I wanted him to respond in some way, which I wasn't. I was just, in a sense, giving him a heads up of what kind of a person I actually am. And he was weirded out. He went all quiet and said that he did not know what to say and that I opened up way too fast and way too much. And that it was just our third conversation. And so after that, I felt like I had embarrassed myself to the point of no return. And so I told him in a chat, this was when the Discord call was over, I told him, I'm gonna have to focus 100% on myself to get better. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. Don't wait for me. By that, I meant that I wasn't looking for a relationship and that I'm gonna focus on myself to become a less pessimistic person. And then I didn't talk to him for quite some time, like 3 days. But after 3 days, he replied to me on Instagram in a way that I wasn't familiar with. When we spoke on Discord again afterwards, he explained that he was replying to me not saying anything, which I don't know how to, I don't know really how to handle that. I thought it was a bit passive aggressive, which passive aggressiveness is a big pet peeve of mine. If you have anything to say, just say it. I can't be bothered beating around the bush. And he explained that, oh, he was just joking, and you know, I disappeared after being all weird, and that he wasn't being very, he didn't mean, he was just joking when he replied to my non-reply, and that when I said that I'm getting annoyed with the passive aggressiveness, he said, well, that's kind of how you're making me feel right now, to be honest. And I don't blame him. I don't know how to handle myself when I'm annoyed either. So him being annoyed about me being annoyed and acting out somewhat, I apologized for. And then we got back to talking. And it seems like my initial message of me not looking for a relationship didn't go through entirely. Because he kept on saying these like, he kept talking about cuddling and kissing and anything, stuff that he found sexy and all this other stuff. And I was uncomfortable still, but I didn't tell him because I didn't want him to feel like he couldn't be himself. And so, and he kept saying also that I am attracted to him. Which I don't know if I was. But I said, I didn't tell him otherwise. I didn't say anything that would make me think that I'm not attracted to him. I just said, I don't go for looks, which I don't. And apparently he didn't like that. But I couldn't bring myself to tell him that if I was attracted to him, it wasn't because of his looks. I kept telling myself that, yes, he's right, I am attracted to him. But I don't know if I actually was. And when I started making these YouTube videos, I didn't talk to him for a while. And now, today, he replied. Actually, he just sent me a message on Instagram saying that, by the looks of it, you don't seem very interested. I think this is it for me, or something similar. And I said, yeah, that's why I haven't been that's why I haven't been talking to you. We are too different. I didn't have the courage to say it, and I'm sorry. His reply was, fuck you, to be honest. And I don't blame him. And I told him that I would love to talk to him on Discord to properly apologize for wasting his time and to really explain myself. He said that he is sick of selfish and manipulative women. I said, I'm going to be here when you're ready to have that Discord call. He said, no, you won't, and blocked me. So that ended there, I think. Maybe we will meet someday again. I hope we do, so that I can apologize to him properly. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. I should have been more honest, and I feel really guilty for not being that. You can't please everyone, regardless of how much you compromise on your own comfort to make the other party happy. It still hurts though. You want everyone to be happy, and you don't want to disappoint anybody. But in the end, regardless of what you do, some people cannot be pleased. At least not by you. It's not your fault. Even though it might feel like it. Some things just are not meant to be. Thanks for watching.